Hello, everyone. Usually, you would see me and you would say, "It's your boy," but we're not doing that no more. So, I'm just going to welcome y'all with a peace, welcome y'all with love. And I am the artist formerly known as Flex. And this is not the 4TL of wrestling. This is now the colored commentator. So, welcome. This is everything color, not just color in the sense of blood in the wrestling sense. I'm talking about for the people, for the Latinos and Latinas and all that. Anybody that is a person of color that is in love with wrestling, this is for y'all. So we're going to have a great first show. We're going to enjoy ourselves and we're going to step with love and peace. So just to get everything negative out of the way, the last time y'all seen somebody that looked like me, because honestly, I don't even remember that person that was angry. He was emotional. He was everything that I strive not to be. So I want to first off say I apologize to the viewers. I apologize to people that watched 4TL when that fateful day happened. And I want to say that was not me. I never wanted to yell. I never wanted to scream. I never wanted to curse. I never wanted to do none of those activities in the sense of in a negative connotation. I had some time to reflect. I had some time to think. I had to get back to my roots, get back to what I love, get back to seeing flourish in this business. And we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about everything that I deem is important. Because honestly, I'm not a star. I'm not a big black. I'm a black man. Proud. Definitely proud. You ain't know. Now you know. But I just wanted to clear the air. I actually did get something good out of watching some old episodes. Want to cleanse the palate and clear the air. And I think we're going to be doing that today. So let's just get off straight off the bat. A former person named Flex name was brought up, and I will address it. So from one star and one El Grande y Negro, I want to tell them right here, right now, I respect y'all, brothers. I respect y'all for getting what you need out of this business. Because the old me would have been mad. Oh my God, you took everything I built. And oh my goodness, this is a travesty. Ain't no travesty. Because what gets burned down and what gets destroyed through the ashes, I rise again. And not just me, I rise with ancestors. I rise with people that ride for me. So, speaking of ancestors, and I looked this up. So, this ain't even no promo shoot. I looked this up. Did you guys know that the legend of the Karanga people, which is in Zimbabwe, Karanga, proud people, they held that stars were the eyes of the dead. Eyes of the people that didn't get their moment to shine. And the Tswana people and Tswana people, they believe that stars were the spirits of the unwilling to be born. I like that. The eyes of the dead, spirits are the ones that are unwilling to be born. One day, the star will be born in anew. But until that day, all I got is love and respect for my brother. I hope that he does well. And I hope he does well with one El Grande y Negro. Because also, what I found out is that in this professional wrestling, because this is what we're going to talk about, professional wrestling. You know, a lot of the black luchadors got a lot of flack. They got a lot of flack for trying something new, for wanting to go against the grain. But, and this is more so in the, what we will call the non-colored diaspora. Did you know that they stereotyped black wrestlers? And that Lucha Libre held their hand out, just like so, and said, your creativity, your undying effort in this business will not go unlooked at. What you put in, you will get out of this business. So I just think that it's very sad that you have a person that claims that he's, you know, a big black lucha libre, one of the biggest, and he can't even embrace new ideas. He can't allow people to shine like a star. But once again, this is not about El Grande. This is not about Star, because those brothers are going to do wonderful. They're going to do great. And I can't wait. I was watching that episode and I said, damn, they're taking it to new heights. But all I'm going to say is that as long as they have even an ounce of jealousy, hatred, disrespect, the ceiling will be the only thing that they'll reach. You know, he said he's a star. And I hope that he's in the sky like one. I do hope that one day that he breaks that. And I hope that El Grande becomes bigger than even Grande. I hope he becomes the biggest, the best, the blackest. So, from the artist, from Miss Flex, to Star TO, everything good on this side, brothers. So, with that being said, let's get into some talking points. All right. So I've been away for a while. I've watched Survivor Series. Who is the Max Man? Some people say it's A-Town Down, Austin Theory. Some are saying that it's Montez. You know, and I want to first shout out another proud black man, that boy Joseph, because he had a good take. I like this take. So I'm giving him all the credit for this take. He said, if it's Montez, do you know that he would be the only black single star on Raw? He would actually be really one of 3 black people on Raw. The other 2 being the New Day. We've been asking for a Montez push for so long. He's been away for a while. And I think that if WWE really cares about they need to get into their creative bag and let Montez shine. It's not enough that he is, dare I say, a high level mid Carter, and across to him is the lovely, beautiful, wonderful Bianca Belair as his wife. It's not enough. That man oozes with charisma, oozes with athleticism, oozes with the business. He has a love of it. He has the love of wrestling. That brother does what he needs to do, straps up his boots, and puts on a show. So what else do you want? What else do you need? WWE and TKO? I fear that it's not him. And I fear that it will be Austin Theory, which personally I think Austin Theory should be a face when he comes back and not part of this Vision storyline. But I'm not TKO and I'm not WWE. I'm not giving y'all half-ass takes or half-ass effort. I'm giving y'all all of me. And maybe WWE will do that one day again. So, Tez, God is good. Like you always tweet out. And he got a plan for you. And all I pray is that plan will be to your comeuppance in this business. Speaking of somebody that also needs a comeuppance, Hoodie Mello is what I'm going to call him. Carmelo Hayes. And I call him Hoodie Mello because 2 reasons. One, Hoodie Mello is an ode to Carmelo Anthony, where it's a alter ego of sorts. It's like Superman. Hoodie Mello, when he puts that hoodie on, he just rocked out, put a point on the board. Dare I say, he was him. I need Carmelo to be Hoodie Mello. The second way I want him to be Hoodie Mello is I want the hood over, strings down. I want him to go incognito. I want him to really take it. I want him to not just let them give him what they want to give him. Nah. That first round draft pick that SmackDown had, Shawn Michaels ordained him as next up. We're not letting that just slide. Nope. Can't, won't, refuse to do it. This is a man that has athleticism, once again, charisma once again, marketability once again. And what is he doing? His biggest claim to fame right now in the main roster is putting on a classic with Gunther. That was like 2 weeks ago. Haven't seen him since. You see, when you get popping, you expect consistency. Melo will give you consistency. But is WWE and TKO going to be consistent with him? That's the question. I'm just really tired of a lot of these stars not getting their just due. If you want to make the most money as a business, you put your best people forward, no matter what they look like. I'm not going to name any names, but Melo, Tez, two guys right now that should not be waiting. You want main event superstars? It's in your face. Speaking of main event superstars, Jade is currently in what I will call finding a dance partner. And finding a dance partner that can go with her in the ring, but also go with her in promos. When initially it was BFAB, I said, okay, I love it. Because to me, once again, BFAB, a little green. People say Jade's green too. But you can help out green wrestlers. You can teach them moves. You can teach them how to be dominant. You can teach them how to be a stalwart, athletic, whatever. You can show them the tricks of the trade. You can't teach charisma, or the kids like to say Riz. You can't teach walking down that ring and knowing that you're a star. Jade has that hands down since she stepped foot in a ring, AEW or WWE. BFAB has that too. I would love to see what they do with Michin, because Michin, out of those three, is the most polished wrestler. And I do think that Michin is going to make Jade look like $1,000,000, even though she already is 900,999 with 99 cents. But maybe Jade will make Michin start rising up through the mid card. Maybe with the lack of women that are on SmackDown, you go back into the mid card and say, hey, let's try to build some people in the mid card so that they can be main eventers, so that when main eventers come back, Bianca Belair, that we don't need to just throw out Bianca and Jade. Or we don't necessarily have to break up Charlotte and Alexa, even though I've been saying before that they should break up because the tag team division of women's wasn't my favorite. They've been doing well recently. I'll give them that. But it's not no real tag team. And we'll talk about some tag teams that may be thrown together, but in terms of the division, in terms of the hotness, they're better than the WWE one. So I'll end my J take with this. I hope that Jade does not have one of those first title runs where they're just trying to feel it out and then she loses to Charlotte. Or maybe Bianca comes back soon and she loses to Bianca, but the story doesn't make sense. I would hate that. Despise that. Make it make sense. And probably the easiest thing you need to do, let Black Girl do magic. Because Black Girl Magic made us got the big three. Black Girl Magic got us Naomi winning in Evolution. Black Girl Magic got Jade her championship. Black Girl Magic got Kalani as the biggest female heel in NXT. When people were doubting, and y'all were doubting her, saying, oh, Kalani's too much of a good girl. She's too much of a baby face to be heel. You're telling me it only took Kalani to say, I'm going to go TNA because NXT didn't give me no championship match. I'm going to go TNA, win that championship. And then when it is Invasion, I'm going to go with the TNA side. And y'all booed her. Y'all said she's a traitor. She's this, she's that. You know what she is? She's a heel. Damn near monster heel in terms of heat. And she's only getting better. Because now she's catching her stride. And I remember when I stated that a top 5 women's one-on-one match, Kalani was in that. Kalani and Soul. Top 5 ever. Look at it. Soul versus Kalani. I want to say it was, I don't think it was No Mercy. It's one of them. I'll have to come back and talk about that. But yeah, Kalani, keep doing your thing, girl. Keep doing your thing. Because the more they hate you, the better it's going to be for you. If you decide to ever become babyface again, or if you ever decide to be the top star, which we know you will, because NXT would be dumb not to make you the top star. So excited for Miss Kalani Jordan. You know what else I'm excited for? The artist formerly known as Flex. He's going to be in AEW next week in Atlanta, College Park to be specific. Winter is coming. Winter is arriving. And winter is bringing the first ever AEW Women's Tag Team Championships. They will be crowned next week, Wednesday, Atlanta, Georgia. The two teams, the first team is Toni Storm and Mina Shirakawa versus the Babes of Wrath. Harley Cameron, and Willow Nightingale. You probably guess who I'm going to vote for. I'm rooting for a great match. But either way it goes, I think Willow wins. Even if the Babes of Rap lose, Willow still has an in to a championship match, the AEW Women's Championship match, whenever she wants it. Because who's the current champion? Chris Statlander. Who is her oldest friend? Chris Statlander. Who can she immediately beef with and make great magic with? Chris Statlander. Now, if she wins the championship, tag team championship, that's fine. They're going to defend it. They're going to do well. They're going to do great things. So once again, it doesn't matter what happens to Willow. Because I know Tony Khan is like, it's you, it's Chris Statlander, it's Mercedes Moné, it's Tony Storm. Spoke about this before. Those are your four pillars. Amongst others, Jamie Hayter, Tekla coming on now. But can't wait to see Willow. And if she wins, I would love for her to run to the crowd because the color commentator will be there and he will be celebrating something. You know what else I'm going to celebrate? I'm going to celebrate the fact that Swerve coming back to Atlanta and Hangman are going to tag team against Shibata and Powerhouse Hobbs. Now, Powerhouse and Swerve. Swerve, first black AEW world champion. Powerhouse Hobbs. And I'm going to, hopefully this will be the first and only time I'm going to say this. Powerhouse Hobbs is underutilized. That man is a beast. And he should be booked as so. There should be no reason why Powerhouse Hobbs does not have a solo championship. Yeah, he's a trios champion. He's a solo star, though. And I would love to see a Powerhouse Hobbs versus Swerve match. That'd be really good. But that match is going to be very good, very emotional, very, very physical, very physical. Once again, can't wait for that. And the last thing that I will talk about, and I can't wait for, is ATL's own Kevin Knight. Hopefully, I'm pray to the ancestors, hoping that Kevin Knight and Kazuchika Okada go one-on-one because they are currently in the C2 Gold League. Give me that match. You already gave us Kevin Knight and the proto star, Kyle Fletcher, put on a banger. Give us Okada versus Knight. In his hometown, people are going to go crazy. Like Batista said, give me what I want. And speaking of Kevin Knight, I'm going to end it on this video. And I'm just going to let the video run and I'm going to talk about it.
Like being like the first black guy to graduate from the LA dojo. I mean, I'm sure that comes with a lot of pressure. It's being a very different compared to the other guys in New Japan. A lot of Caucasian wrestlers, Japanese wrestlers. But how does it feel like being the first black guy to graduate from that dojo?
A big accomplishment. And my first response is like, what took y'all so long to get somebody else like that in there? Because we've always been great wrestlers. So I want to know, like, what is the opportunity missed, or did it block us out? I don't know the history. I need to look it up more, to be honest. But it's an honor every time I step into that ring and wear New Japan and everything. I'm like representing not just New Japan, but for the culture as well, just for us as the people. And another thing with New Japan is so diverse. I look at the card, you got Japanese people, you got Tongan people, you got people from Hawaii, you got people from Australia, all over the UK and all over Europe. We got a guy from Uzbekistan, I think, or Kazakhstan, Oleg Bolton. So there's people all over. And, you know, me being the first African-American means a lot. So I just go in there and represent for my people, to be honest.
This is a star. This brother, and not brother, but brother, is a star. He's the jet, so he fly high, no lie, and you know this. But just the way that he understands what took y'all so long. It shouldn't have been me to be the first one. He's looking at all the wrestlers that came before him, all of the black African-American wrestlers that came before him, and said, I shouldn't have been the first, but damn it, I'm going to be the first, and I'm going to make sure that I am not the last. This happened 5 years ago. 5 years ago, probably 12/12, I think. So December 12th, 2020. He became the first one. We are a proud people. Melanated people are proud people. And in wrestling, we should be your main eventers. We should be your mid-carders, upper mid-carders, tag team champions, women's champions. We deserve it all. Because we are such giving people that even when we give and allow people to eat off us, you know what we do? We might be better. We might get emotional. We might get upset. But we say, you know what? Let's build something better. Let's do better. And that, in my opinion, is the way of the color commentator. We just get better. This is episode 1. I'm going to get better. You see, if you haven't noticed, I make magic. Not going to say black boy magic, but damn, I might be close. Like Ron Simmons says, dang. But the times that I'm about to go through right now, this is my ascension. This is where I make my ancestors proud, my family, my bloodline. Don't ever disrespect me, because you'll only be disrespecting yourself. You're disrespecting your brother or your sister, because I got love for all my brothers and sisters. And we're going to keep going. So this is now not Flex, not Brent. This is X signing off.